So Stacy's been suffering from massive delusions, like bad. Like she thinks that I'm part of the Illuminati, some sort of like weird sex trafficking cult that's out to get her, part of this gang stalking network that's set out to ruin her life. Even though I've done everything I could for her over the last year and a half, practically spent over $5,000 on her in hotels and makeup and clothes. Gave her 5 different phones, bought a minivan for her to sleep in, chase her all around, trying to keep her safe and off the streets and from being a meth whore because she is. Um, yeah, but yet I'm out to get her, and it's like it's my fault, and she thinks I've ruined her life, and I'm like part of some deep, deep, deep conspiracy that goes all the way into the police and all the way into like business owners and pretty much anybody that disagrees with her or gets tired of her shit is now part of this evil group that's out to get her. Anyway, so she's been getting really delusional, and now she thinks there's bugs on her, like to the point where she's like picking at her face and shit and freaking the fuck out and screaming. And she, because I have a warrant for my arrest because I feel it's just a failure to appear in court, right? I just haven't bothered to take care of it, but technically it's a warrant for my arrest, right? So anyway, she knows that, and I made the mistake of telling her that, so I thought I could trust her. What does she do? She makes me sit in the car holding a flashlight up her nose, and like makes me sit there while she's trying to pretend that, and pick out these invisible bugs that only she can see, and she's convinced that they're in her nose and fucking coming out of her ears and shit. She makes me by threatening to call the police if I get out of the car. And then she starts screaming for help, police, if I try to get out of the car. She did this for an hour and a half. She's fucking crazy. And then, anyway, long story short, this is the last I'm going to talk to her. She broke into my apartment while I wasn't there. She jumped the backyard fence, broke in, okay, the back door because the sliding glass door was unlocked. But to get there, you had to jump like several people's backyards and shit. Anyway, she did. And I came home and she was in there fucking around, and she basically stole a bunch of my shit, grabbed some drugs, stole my drugs, and she was in the bathroom and fucking, doing them. And she was just sitting there. She locked herself in, and she was yelling and screaming, knowing that I have a warrant. So there's nothing I could do. And she's just sitting here insulting me. You're gonna hear the tail end of this in this video. This is the tail end of it. I wish I would have recorded the whole thing. Just going on and on about how she knows who I am, and she's going to expose me to the world and tell everybody. She's like this like conspiracy theory bullshit as she's sitting there doing all my drugs and locks herself in the bathroom. And that's how much of a fiend she is. I mean, anybody who will abandon her own son for meth and suck dick for meth and fuck guys for meth that she wouldn't even talk to before is obviously has a serious problem, right? And now she betrayed her. The last person that probably loves her, and fucking who's been here and helped her more than anybody else. She betrayed me now too. Straight up just fucking ripped me off for drugs and fucking threw me under the bus with the cops. She snitched me out. So yeah, she's in there doing the drugs and fucking freaking out, screaming and shit, and I can't stay there because I'm afraid the cops are gonna come because she broke in and because she's yelling, right? She's not even supposed to be on the property for breaking into coming into the gated community, breaking in there and screaming at 4 o'clock in the morning that I killed my mother and scaring all these old people. All right. So my mother died recently, and so she like woke everybody up at 4 in the morning in the senior retirement community, screaming that I killed my mother, and that so she's 86 on the property anyway. So she starts screaming and shit and just going on and on, trying to blackmail me and not blackmail me, but extort me for money. Like, you do this or I'm going to send you to jail, and just a typical bitch shit. And so I left. Cops did come, and somehow, the cops came, but they also came, and then later on they brought dogs in, drug dogs, right? And they started taking pictures of the place. Now, when I left, I scooped everything up that I could that was in plain sight that might be considered paraphernalia or whatever, right? So they didn't just happen to see something that tipped them off. Stacy fucking snitched me out. She narked on me to save her own ass because she didn't even go to jail. They just took her to the hospital because of her foot, which is unrelated, but she has an infection in her foot because she's a fucking bum. Anyway, they took her to the hospital. How do they not take a chick who broke in, and she's on video breaking in? They have full evidence, broke into this apartment, trashed the apartment. How do they not take her to jail? Especially when she already has 2 domestic violence things against me, or against her, from me, that she got out of both of them. How did she, because I didn't press charges. Now, how did she fucking possibly not go to jail that time? I'll tell you why. Because she ratted me out, and that's how the cops knew there were drugs in there, and that's why they sent dogs in there, and that's why they're taking pictures, because they're building evidence to get a warrant and arrest me. So Stacey Jensen is not only a backstabbing meth whore, bitch, cunt, lying, cheating, fuck, piece of shit who abandoned her kid for drugs. She's not only that, an ungrateful, inconsiderate, rude, junkie drug addict, but now she's a fucking snitch. So fuck you, Stacy. I'm going to play all these, Stacy. I'm going to play all, and all these are going to be posted for fucking me over and ratting me out to the cops and throwing me under the bus for no reasons because of your fucking stupid fucking delusions, you bitch. I was never your enemy before, but now I am. And I am going to send you back to jail. I am going to press those charges. Okay? I have up to a year. I'm going to press them now. Goodbye. Here's Stacy. Listen to how she's talking to me. This is her when she's barricaded in the bathroom. This is her barricaded in the bathroom talking shit right before I left.
I thought it was loser shit, and it is loser shit. When you roll around with a fucking pig, you become like them. But guess what? I'm not like you enough to become like you. And maybe I would have if you even have told me what you are, but guess what? You never will. And I'll probably never get the answers that I want, but guess what? I'm gonna fucking keep coming for you. I'm gonna come 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 for you. And some people, other people are gonna come for you too. We're gonna fucking slay you. You might not be able to get everyone, but make damn sure I get you. You're never gonna live a normal life again, Zach. You can fucking kiss that shit goodbye. I'm a fucking harass. I don't even give a fuck. Oh, what? Tell your boys, Zach. You fucking tell them. I'm ready. I'm fucking way too smart for this shit. I don't give a fuck how you yourself. Oh, now you got me holed up in the bathroom. Oh, she's holed up in the bathroom doing this. Well, guess what? What the fuck else am I supposed to do? What the fuck else am I supposed to do?
You can talk to me reasonably, and you can shower, and I can take you to the hospital.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
How am I supposed to believe that? How do I know you're not gonna fucking hurt me the second I open the door like a bitch like you would?
Really? Wow. Okay. Let's stay in there and fucking... What did you take of mine, Stacy?
Everything.
Okay. Alright.
Zach, put me in jail. Make me more mad. Maybe your boys will fuck with me while I'm in there.
Who saw you break in here, Stacy?
What?
Who saw you break in? The neighbors?
Zach, I was shaking. I'm doing a little bit better now. Because I'm exhausted, Zach. I walked around for miles downtown trying to find a phone to call you.
Lower your voice.
I finally got to call you. I'm going to say however the fuck I want to say
Okay,
it.
Stacy.
I walked around for miles with a cut open foot with bugs in it. Are you fucking kidding me?
Stop yelling.
You son of a bitch. I'm going to tell everyone about that.
I didn't do that.
And then you wouldn't even come. You left me sitting there. You
Stacy,
liar.
lower your voice.
You did it on purpose.
No, I didn't.
You did it on purpose.
Lower your voice, Stacy.
I know you.
Stacy, I will listen, but stop yelling.
I'm gonna call the Orchid Man on your ass.
Fine. Stacy, lower your voice and I'll listen to you. If you keep yelling, I'm just gonna walk away.
Go ahead and walk away. I don't give a fuck what you do anymore.
Good.
I'm gonna do whatever I want to do.